Hey there, everybody. Thet here, and welcome back to Thet Plays Endless Space 2. We have two systems in this space, which is almost endless. We're also going to keep getting this low manpower warning. You know what? Don't pop up for me anymore. I know, it says we got low manpower because we're adding people to Trader's Reach. They have a maximum of 400. Obviously, they don't have nearly that many right now, so it's just going to take some time. They do have cerebral reality, though. And we know this because we paid for it. Because thanks to technology, we can simply pay to have things done moving forward. For example, we could pay to colonize the jungle and boreal planets right now. There's no reason to do that right this second, though. I do think we'll go ahead and pay for the drone networks, though. Let's get that done right away. Okay. Bring in a little bit more productivity over there, and eventually we're going to get the intergalactic supermarket, which will be a huge boost to our dust gain. Now, we do have a scout over here in Belel. We want them to probe, so we're going to have them hang out for a bit. There are a lot of minor civilizations skulking about. We also just learned xenolinguistics. I can read, I swear, I've done it before. Whether you wish to make trade, research, wage war, or have peaceful relations with aliens, their communications must first be studied and conversation brought to a higher level than merely dropping prepositions and speaking more loudly. We can now build xeno-industrial infrastructure, and we can refine titanium, which is going to be good because Trader's Reach has titanium deposits. Next up, we could get galactic commodities, which will give us the Miners Union, which will allow us to get additional strategic resources, and it will give us access to the galactic exchange market. I think that's a good idea. We don't need planetary landscaping necessarily yet, although that would allow us to grow and get more people. We don't need survival suits as of right now. PEV scale accelerators would give us extra food for Outpost, exoscience stations, which we could adapt to planets, and additional science, as well as the ability to colonize arid planets. For now, let's go for galactic commodities. That one shouldn't take too long. Drone networks are done on Trader's Reach, which is good because, you know, that's what we paid for. We got what we paid for, lads. Can you believe it? Okay, put that on the docket. Let's actually bring that above the colonizing of the other planets, but below public-private sectors. Okay. Sol 1 is an arid planet, so when we do get that research, which we might do after galactic commodities, we'll probably do that so we can get onto Sol 1. Sol 4 will have to be on the docket eventually, too. I'm gonna put that above. Let's get that done and rocked out. Okay. Probulator. Probulate. Belel 2. Spuds. They got more of them. All right. Well, we definitely know where to find spuds. Off-world agribusiness has to get done eventually too. Okay. Let's head down this way. Okay. Chalfera. Is it Chalfreya? Chalfreya? There's several anomalies on Chalfreya too. It's a steppe planet and a small arid planet. And then we got Dorado we're heading towards. Large lava planet. A huge lava planet. A tiny Mediterranean planet. This could be a nice one. Although it had poor soil. And a huge Arctic planet. Interesting. Currently all inhospitable. But not forever, probably. Okay. There is an orange empire that got ahead of us on points. Whatever that means for us. We don't know that yet. It's too early to tell for sure. Lots of things to probulate over here. So I'm probably going to have you sit still for a while and probulate. One thing I do like about our system, there only seems to be one way in. So if we can take all of these planets eventually, you know, we can hold up to 16 without going into overpopulation, then we're going to be a tough nut to crack. It'll be very difficult to get to Sol if we can pull that off. considering whether or not to buy this. I think I want to hold... No, it's going to cost 7.5. Yeah, let's just buy this. Get this done. Okay. Can't buy it at both of them. But that'll get us more industry there, which would mean further things will get done more quickly. Okay, not much to do on population until one of those places becomes overpopulated, so I'm not too worried about that yet. Trader's Reach, how are we feeling? Okay. Sol has grown. It's actually grew another Apestus, so none of these planets are sterile. So I'm not sure what I want to do with these guys, to be honest with you. Could drag them around, but there's nowhere to drag them to. Just throw them off the planet. No. Turns out you're not allowed to do that. Who would have thought? Okay. Dimitri, you leveled up again because the planet keeps growing. More dust. 125 dust per turn. It's climbing. Surely, but slowly, it's climbing. Okay, let's... Oh, there's only one on this, on Dorado 1. Let's see what this signal is. What you got for me, baby? Pilgrims. 3 science on planets with anomalies and 2 science in general, elevating science to a near spiritual pursuit. The Pilgrims possess a religious dimension and place great import in the search for ancient artifacts. That'll help our science, assuming they're going to head towards Terra. I think they'd be good on Terra. They could be good on either planet, most likely, but... Galactic Commodities Exchange, the cries of hawkers, the jabber of negotiations, and the clink of coins have been replaced by electronic screens and invisible buy-sell orders. But this galactic clearinghouse for trade in luxury and strategic resources still throbs with culture clashes and cutthroat commerce. Alright, the Miners Union will be great. This we automatically unlock. By researching that, we've unlocked it, I should say. Neural robotics will allow us to get adamantium, but we don't need that yet. So I'm going to go with Prev scale accelerators so we can eventually get another planet. This Empire improvement will also automatically go into effect. Once we research it, of course. And with that, we research Economy and Trade 3, which gives us basic system development. It'll allow us to upgrade systems to level 2. And a spaceport will allow you to move populations between your systems. Master of Modernization. Be the first to reach level 3 in one of your systems. We can get a new building if we do that. All right, that'll require going all in on economics, which I'm not sure we're going to do anytime too soon. Miners Union here would get us more stuff. Give us more Hyperium over here. Get us more titanium over here. So it's worth it for both of these. I know right now it's mostly just putting things on the docket and waiting for them to become available, but that's okay. Let's check out the economy screen now. So nothing to do here yet because we don't have any trading companies. You can see there's dust inflation, so nothing stays at its core price forever. Welcome to the real world. The more dust that exists in the galaxy, the higher inflation occurs. So, you know, put that in your good to know folder. Super Spuds. We're going to be using those soon. Maybe the baryonics too, but most likely just the Spuds for now. Here is our purchasable items at the marketplace. We can see the titanium and Hyperium have a price right now. It's 70 per titanium, 68 per Hyperium. You'll notice that if I wanted to buy 2 of them, it'll be at 140. 3 of them. Ooh, 212. Look at that. The more you buy, the higher the price gets. You don't get a discount on buying in bulk for some reason. I feel like you should, but whatever. It does the calculations in real time for how much the price is going to rise. Luxury deposits. There they are. Dustituous trees. They just give dust. Dark glitter, blue cap molds, all good things. We could sell some of our stuff too for additional money, but for now, we're not going to do that. So to modernize, you need to choose what luxuries you're going to use to modernize. So for example, if we use Jade Onyx, we get 20 industry on a level 2 system. You also get these for free. Vision range, additional pressure, that's diplomatic pressure, if I remember that correctly. And this is 10 of everything. Well, 10 of the fizzle. If we do super spuds, we actually get an additional 4 fizzle and extra luxury deposits. So honestly, this seems like a no-brainer. It would cost 17 spuds per upgrade. We have 20. So confirm that. That's going to be our upgrade item from now on. So what we can do now is modernize Soul, so it'll become a level 2. Put that at the top because it happens instantly. You pay right away, you reap the benefits right away. We need to get on these planets now so we can get extra super spuds, because all of these planets have extra. Average deposit and poor deposit, but hey, it's spuds. Right now it's level 1. It's functional, but they're isolated. Same thing over here. We can't afford level 2 here as well because video games, but eventually we'll get it. Stay here in Norado. There's more to learn about it. No reason to move just yet. Neutral hackers are active. Pirates and minor civilizations now have access to hacking operations. They can now defend their own systems from your hacking operations and may attempt to infiltrate yours. As long as we're on good relations with them, we shouldn't see this affect us too much. Soul is now level 2. They're modernized. Everything else will be built just a little bit faster thanks to that. Plus, they give us more dust, more science, etc., etc. Oh, and we also have access to the spaceport there now. The spaceport, as you read earlier, allows us to take these guys and say, hey, I want you to like send them somewhere else. Nowhere to send them yet because we don't have direct. Well, wait, we can't send them to Trader's Reach, can we? They don't have. Do you not need a Starlink to it? I mean, if you don't, that's nice. Let's see, Trader's Reach. All of the planets are fertile, so these guys are just not a good fit for our systems. It is what it is, right? Sometimes that happens. All right, Dorado, what else do we got? We got 3 on this one planet. Jeez, this tiny little Mediterranean place. And of course, this is more super spuds. But hey, we get free spuds from it. A clever fake, part 1. One of the planets in the system at first appears to be lifeless and poor in resources. A second scan at higher power, however, reveals that the entire planet is a hologram. Huh. And in fact, they're hiding something beneath the cleverly constructed camouflage. We'll find a technology in 20 turns at the cost of 10 science for 10 turns. Also, the science political ideology would appreciate this. Do it. Analyze this planet. Spend science to try to learn more about what lies beneath. I'll be curious. Okay. Other than that, though, sit still. That was interesting. Needless to say. We still should get the accelerators soon. In fact, we could pay for them right now. I might. See, magnetic field generators, engineering, it's food on Outpost, nothing to do there. Exoscience stations, and colonize aired planets. Buy it. Okay, that's 2 planets on Sol we can now go after. I'm gonna switch gears and head towards Empire development now and get off-world agribusiness so I can talk to these minor civilizations around us, because right now they just kind of exist, and I would like to do better than just exist. Latest political survey shows that the industrialists are still in the lead, with the ecologists pretty close behind. Pacifists actually surprisingly high. Scientists are at 20%. Militarists, we haven't been doing much military, so I'm not surprised that their ideology is not going anywhere. It'll change as things change for us. But for now, like I said, I'm not surprised. Magnetic field generators. Extra science on cold planets, which none of these are. But 2 per person on all planets. Well, 1 per person on all planets, and 2 extra on planets with anomalies. Anomaly, 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 anomaly. Most planets have something anomalous about it. Okay. There you go. We can now eventually go after Sol 1 and Sol 2. Did that give us anything new to look at? Like anything new we could consider populating? Ying! Hello! What is this? What is this little ship? First Defenders, it's a logistics ship. Heading to Seoul. Where the hell did you come from? Who cares? Ying is populatable. Ying 3. Okay. So this planet, -3 approval, but extra 3 approval thanks to some anomalies. The -3 is because it's an arid planet. -2 science, but plus every other part of FISD. So the Aurora waves are probably taking down something, but it's a talking world? Continual series of radio wave transmissions from variable sites on the planet. Neat. All right. The best news, though, is that means our colonizing ship has somewhere to go. Head to Ying, please. All right, that's beautiful. Eventually, I want to hit one of these planets on Deki as well. But we need to get either ice, Arctic, desert, or barren. All of those kind of suck. Well, it is what it is. All right. I can't wait to see what that holographic planet has under it. I wonder if it's going to be like a super advanced technology or just something more basic. All right, you made it. Here we go. New planet time. Ying 3, the arid planet. It's large, which means you can hold a decent-sized population. Also has a bug. I hate it, but there it is. There's also an unknown life form curiosity on it. Have to figure that out eventually. All right. Well, obviously it's not a colony yet, so we can't say to research it, but for now, we could do freehold fanfare, which doubles the amount of food sent to the outpost. I'm going to do that because I can afford to. And of course, I can afford merchants and money. So double food growth, 9 turns so far. It's going to get extra food from Seoul because Seoul is going to send people actually to Ying to populate it over time and make it colonize far faster. What you got for me, Dorado 3? Subterranean? Titanium? Ooh. How good is this deposit? Does it say? Got 5 free titanium out of that. How good is the deposit? I can't see. What if I zoom out? Still doesn't say. Zoom back in. Weird, but fine. All good in this neighborhood. Off-world agribusiness is almost done. We're at 162 dust per turn, which definitely feels good. Okay, Trader's Reach. I could colonize another planet right away, but I'm not going to spend money on that. Spend money on this exchange, get that done more quickly. Head down to Seoul. This will be done next turn, which is going to be a huge boost to industry. Oh, now that we developed the last thing that gave us the exoscience stations, I can now specialize planets for this. Gives 1 extra science per person and 1 additional if it's a cold planet. No cold planets here, so that's of dubious use, and there are probably better ways to specialize the planet in the future. Okay, what's up next? We wait. Like I said, a lot of waiting in the early game. We are neck and neck with first place. Not quite there, but we're close. Off-world agribusiness. Infinite supermarkets. They just make people happier. And now we can talk to minor civilizations and the Pirate League. A host of incremental breakthroughs in trade agreements, cultural translation, and the handling of xenofoods, together given the umbrella term off-world agribusiness, permits diverse types of growth in nutrition, fuel, and material sciences. Knowledge of alien biology is closely tied to better understanding of alien culture and society. Armed with this, diplomats are finally able to develop political relations with the diverse sentient peoples inhabiting the galaxy. All right, now we have options again. Well, if we went for machine bacteria, we would get additional support modules for our Zola class hulls, one of our ship types. Could also get Hyperion probes or Titanium probes. Titanium probes actually have a 1-turn cooldown, whereas the Hyperion probes same 2-turn cooldown, but you get more of them, and they can look farther. Can also colonize steppe planets, and this is kind of a big push here for my taste. So let's go for machine bacteria. Level 2 Empire development. We have the ability to construct Endless Research Park and Endless World. Built near the remains of an endless outpost, this giant industrial park will aid in exploiting and understanding galactic history. Only one faction can build this. Cost 4,600 industry, 15 titanium, 15 hyperium. We can actually afford the titanium hyperium cost, so it's kind of tempting to put that in Sol. Wait, this doesn't give anything but political impact? That's interesting. Usually it gives approval, too. I wonder why this isn't able to give approval here. Interesting. All right, our lads over here lost their extra vision because they don't have any more dust to huff. It's fine. Go to Dorado 3 and see what else they got. They're hiding one last thing. Impervious gear, a new module. Additional manpower and invasion manpower limit. In other words, impervious gear would allow us to add more people for ground invasions. Okay, go over here, scope this out, and then I think I'm going to have you head back to Ying to see what's hiding in Ying. We haven't checked that in a while, right? All right, where are we at on turns? We are at turn 35. We are officially 5% of the way through the game. More humans over here in Trader's Reach, 2. Which I'm certainly not complaining about. They do have a cold planet. Trader's Reach 3, being a boreal planet, is on the cold side, which means it could take advantage of the magnetic field generators. Well, it could be boosted by then, I should say. Good to know. Sol, well, that's not Sol. That's Ying 3. 6 turns. Sol. We're getting close to being overpopulated here. But they know that. That's why we're only generating 2 food per turn. So I think they're good to keep on keeping on for now. Move our ships. Alhena. All right, what's in Alhena? There's one colonizable planet. It's not this one. This one's a huge planet, though. Alhena 2. We can colonize this one. It's a boreal planet. Alhena 3, an Arctic planet. And Alhena 4 is a medium ice planet. All right. So we have 2 things that we could explore here. Oh, no, 4. I don't think we can get this one. Oh, wait, we can get that one. I don't know why it looked different, but whatever. You don't need to do anything right now. Don't worry about it. All right, machine bacteria will be done next turn. We've apparently found Transvine. Strange plant with innumerable tiny crescent-shaped leaves that can be safely ingested. Creates a sensation of peace and happiness. It's also used as a natural relaxant and sedative. Keeps people happy. All right. Let's go ahead and check out the one on the colonizable planet. What is this? It's a population. Cephaloros. They are undersea industrialists, as efficient as they are unusual. All right, they give industry and they give extra on fertile planets. They'd be great for Terra. They can work the oceans while we work the land. And they're there. That's them. They're heading home. They're heading to Sol, which means they're going to overpopulate it. Actually, it is overpopulated now. Oh, the pilgrims. I forgot about them. That's good for science. Not good for the happiness of the planet. So we may end up wanting to speed up the rate at which we colonize one of these other planets. Maybe. At the very least, we should think about it. All right, this will let us get steppe planets. Let's go ahead and buy this. Combining insights from extraterrestrial bacteria and the nascent art of nanomachines, this new breed of mechanical organisms can provide assistance in more extreme conditions. Machine bacteria. And it'll give us an extra module for Zola class units. Science and Exploration 2 is done. We can now explore tougher curiosities, which is great. We also get new parts for ships. Hyperium engines cost Hyperium, and they give the ship more evasion and more movement points. An analyzer can give science per destroyed command point in battle, and delayed H repair bots are better repair bots, as the name suggests. We can now build ITER, Intergalactic Technology Center. Cheaper costs on technology cost, and extra science per system level. It's another one that you would need a race to build because it's technically considered a kind of wonder. All right, let's head back. I want to explore Ying. Okay. Queue up the next research. We haven't done anything on research up here. On the military research, oddly enough. Impactless sites. Ooh, that gives us a lot of things. Vacate the system, which is another way of leaving a system. We don't want to do that if we can help it. Access to mercenaries and heroes in the marketplace. 5 dust per person on planets. Ooh, cheaper buyout on everything. How many turns would it take to get this? 12 turns. That's a little spicy. Astro Finance will give us tourism and the ability to create tech HQ or trade HQs. And the Colonial Exchange, which would be great for temperate planets. Filtration would let us get ash planets, which doesn't seem that useful. Here's what we need for Mediterranean planets. Rare earth foams. But its other bonuses not that great. The Applied Happiness Program. This will give us 5 happiness everywhere. And it would let us colonize snow planets. That's tempting. That's tempting. Adaptive bureaucracies. Denark University. Once per empire. Gives happiness. Gives command point or influence points. Same thing. Not really. No, the command points are actually a thing. And 2 extra FIDSI. I like that. I like that a lot. Allows you to form alliances, colonize barren planets. Cultural flexibility allows conversion of systems within your influence radius, but you cannot convert enemies or allies. Converted systems will join your empire. Conversion can be rushed by spending influence. Click on the peace button to convert a system. Unlocks propaganda for parties represented in the Senate. Kind of like what this is asking, and it's only costs 3 turns. That's pretty good. Xenology? 4 experience per turn on heroes sounds like a good deal. The Spin Project. The Scrupulous Policies in the News Project. Extra command points per person. That could be good. I think this is good for now. Although efficient shielding will allow us to build our first true attack ship. Put that on the docket too. I kind of want the bureaucracies first, because we're getting some influence over here, and I would love to just tell Horna they have to join us. But for now, praise them. That'll be extra. That'll be good boy points per turn for 20 turns, and also, and don't worry about Roslas. We might take them out later. Instead, let's talk to Dabby? Yeah, these guys. Ooh, they're good. The only thing I don't particularly care about them is the pacifism. Ooh, they're also expensive to praise. What the heck? What about the Bilal? Oh, they're... Wow, what is this? Wait, we're getting 1 per turn? Revealing curiosities on a minor civilization system helps improve your relations. Oh. Are there any more down here to... There is 1 more to reveal. Head over here. Do that first. If we reveal that, that'll help our relations. We don't have to spend more influence to do it. And life will be going well. I'm seeing good things on the horizon. I'm seeing bad things on the horizon. That is pirates, and there's 2 of them. Y'all keep rushing. All right, that's obviously a bad thing. Hopefully they stay up there. Or they go after, like, a minor civilization instead of us. All right, well, that is a good sign that we need to start,
Reign of the heart and of harmony.
Hi.
The unfallen greet you.
Federayan of the Unfallen. The Unfallen have only ever known their homeworld of Koyasil, preferring to peacefully study what is near rather than discover what is far. They are tree people who actually grow using vines across planets. They're a little reserved right now because this is the first time we've actually met them, but apparently we met them somehow from Ying. Do they have a probe up here? Huh. Interesting. Either way, now we can open the diplomacy screen proper.
The unfallen greet you in the hopes that your goal is greater harmony.
They love harmony over there. They are... Well, we're in a cold war with them, which is the default stance for everybody. We can attack them. We can attack their fleets. We have open borders, all that stuff. So it's all considered, you know, basically neutral areas. We could give them a diplomat or a bureaucratic imbroglio, which basically throws a lot of formal diplomatic requests to actions, as it says. It increases political pressure, which if you get enough political pressure, you can start asking for demands. Could try for peace, but yeah, usually they don't like coming out the gate with peace. So we'll just ignore that for now. We could also give them a warning. You know, 700 cost to go to war, a surprise war. Give them a warning first, it'll make that way cheaper. Like this cheap. Could close our borders. We could ask to share maps. What if we just shared our map 1-to-1? Nope, they would not like that either. Yeah, I've found that the diplomacy in this game... Oh, they also know this person, Doria. I don't know where we found them.
Welcome. How can the families help?
I don't know yet. They're the Lumeris. They are a society that evolves around trade. They are fish people who... Frog people, really, amphibious. That just love doing trading. They can actually trade entire planets. We can introduce ourselves, at least. That's free.
Sometimes it's hard to tell your friends from your enemies, isn't it?
You have the 4 families on the back foot. Normally, we choose the time and place for introductions. Well, got you. We don't know where they are yet either, but we know at least that the tree people know them. We just don't know enough about the systems. Where are they on the rankings? They're not in first or second. In fact, Federayan is actually... Federayan is actually in last. Yeah. I mean, the score doesn't really matter, let's be real. But it's nice to keep tabs on it. Ying will become a proper colonized system here in a little bit. That's good news for us. Miners Union will be done in 3 turns. Traders Reach. Nothing I really want to build here yet. Oh, there's the +10 for infinite supermarkets. Not sure why that wasn't there before. They're content right now, which is fine. If they're happy or ecstatic, you get extra food and influence from them. But I don't think we need to do that right this second. We can now colonize steppe planets, so all of Seoul can be colonized now. Let's see what else. If anything else become available to us. Deki's not colonizable. Both of the Shalfreya system planets are available. Alhena has 2. Gru's got nothing. Hi. We haven't reached you yet, but hi. From the distance. Don't worry, we're just coming by to explore your anomalies. Give you the information. We'll have a good time together. But that the bureaucracies is done. We can now build this university, which we will do in Terra. Terra gets all the good stuff. That's just how we do. It's called building tall, baby. Presentational reinforcement. Propaganda for parties represented in the Senate. Intergalactic Relations School. We can now do alliances and exchange all resources and technologies. Cultural flexibility. converting peacefully. And we can colonize barren planets now. Next up, we're going for a larger ship class, which ought to be amazing. Both the Yernev and the Gezre class. Attacker, protector, small ships. Hardened behemoths. We don't have behemoths yet, but when we do... Anyway, these new systems automatically adapt job titles, document routing, and training programs to the latest change in government policy. While it greatly simplifies the efficiency of government, you may get back from a meeting and find you have a new boss, a new job, and an undecorated cubicle. How fun! Apparently there are amoeba out there. They are neutral with us. And we have colonized Ying. What's up, Ying? Alright, as usual, we could apparently throw out industrialist or ecologist propaganda, but no point yet. Instead, we will spend money to modernize this planet a bit, get both of those done right out the gate, work on xeno industry, and then we're good. Okay. We just spent all of our money there, which means we're not spending it on Sol, but that's okay. I do want to focus... I think I do want to focus on the intergalactic supermarket first, and then on Endless Research Park and Endless World, and then on the university. Because anyone can build the university. You just get one per empire. But only one of us can build this park. I want dust, though. So, I'm a simple man. I want more dust. I simply want more dust. All right, we're here. Hi. How y'all doing? Check out this huge subterranean thing. Is it more strategic resource? Antimatter. Ooh, baby. As dangerous as it is powerful, high technology and high energies are necessary to capture antimatter in industrially useful quantities. Interestingly, anti-neutrons and anti-protons can be captured in certain parts of planetary magnetic fields where cosmic rays interact with baryonic matter. Very cool. All right, 20 turns. That'll get us to 31 good boy points. Very nice. All right, now get your butt moving up to Ying. Who dis? Oh, that's yeah, they got a questioner. So they found us somehow. Something down here got them to us. We just don't know what. Either way, good to know. Okay, how are we doing on good boy points here? 7. It's gonna take a bit. The heck was that? A clever fake, part 2. One of the planets in the system. Yeah. Ooh, we got your eukaryotic sap for free. Nice. Okay, so your eukaryotic sap was a good one that I was honestly considering researching. Advancing from a basic understanding of xenovegetation, this technology introduces cellular manipulation to create robust saps that have a range of applications. For example, our entire empire gets +5 happiness now. A number of different levers exist to control the general level of contentment of a population: wealth, security, individual freedom, self-fulfillment, pharmaceutical intake, etc. With enough knowledge, computing power, and appropriately processed eukaryotic alkaloids, happiness is a state of being that can be imposed from without. We could also now colonize snow planets. We could build H-field fleet accelerators, which give an entire fleet additional movement points. They have to be put on hero ships. And accelerators, which are a hacking program, which doesn't mean anything to me because I don't have any hacking operations yet. Very nice. We also get our 10 science back. Beautiful. All right. Ying has built a couple things. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, just keep going with this. We can get the science one later. Although it's not going to be very helpful here, because this is not temperate, nor is it fertile. In fact, none of these planets fit that bill, but at least we'll get a little bit of science out of it. They are content, so I don't feel the need to do anything too much. If I really wanted to see what every planet is doing at once, I could just go into our Empire summary screen. We can see that Sol is happy. The other two are content. Traders reaches at 69. Nice. They're all producing food. 2 of them are a drain on dust, which is unfortunate, but Sol more than makes up for it right now. This is what building tall is about. You have one area that's huge, and everyone else kind of supports it. We could also do automation policies, but I don't want to do that. How are we on the victory screen? No score victory, so nothing there. Supremacy victory means capturing all of the major factions' home systems. I assume everyone is listed as first in this because everyone just has their own system right now. Conquest, which is owning a certain percentage of star systems. You need 58. And we currently own 3 under the Union of Terra. We're in 3rd place for that, so two someones have more systems. Science, where everyone's in 1st because you have to get 4 required technologies of the Endless. Economy, we're in 2nd. We need to get 2.5 million dust. We have to generate it. It does not count dust gained through diplomacy or through buying and selling in the marketplace. You have to actually generate it with your systems. And wonder, nobody's built any wonders yet, so nothing to worry about there. All right, I'm actually surprised we're 2nd in the economy. We're 2nd in the score victory still, too, so it's all good. Hey, they're about to hit through the wormhole. Whoop! All right, cool. There are still things on Ying 3, life forms and subterranean. So this is probably a resource deposit. Actually, you can see the chances over there. It might just be loot, but it's probably a resource deposit. The life form is probably anomalous, but it may be a resource deposit. It may be loot. Let's start with Ying 3's subterranean. Adamantium. Oh, it's a good day, Tampa Bay. This is beautiful. 3 of the 6 rare resources, strategic resources, are under our control. There are ruins in this system, old enough and sophisticated enough that they must have come from the Endless. There are machines within machines, some of which are still running, and others that are so alien, you're not sure how to tell if they're running or not. It'll take time to investigate properly, that is, if you don't want to just take the dust and run. We could investigate them. Again, it cuts into our science a little bit. Seems to happen a lot. 80% chance to discover something. I don't like that, but we could also just loot it. 75 plus 75 dust on the Empire. That's not a lot. Militarists would obviously like it. 20% chance of it creating a major political crisis. The machines, the dust, and the data have enormous value. The fleet crew will be happy to see their bonuses. Nah, we're gonna investigate because honestly, this is so tiny. We get more than that per turn. Like, that's pathetic. No, investigate it. Invest the effort required to understand the mysteries of the machine, and perhaps learn how to make it produce more dust. We'll give it a shot. All right, an adamantium deposit on this planet is freaking amazing, and it's not a small one either. It's at least an average size because we're getting 1 for this. But we can't do anything about it. We could actually... Ooh, there's the ruins on Ying 2. We could actually put the research right here on the docket. And actually, it's pretty cheap. Yeah, it's... I think we're going to do that. It's very cheap. Let's go ahead and study the... Well, yeah, study the life forms on... Okay, the one at the bottom. Study the life forms on Ying 3. Get that one fully done. You guys can sit around for a minute or two. We probably want you to be exploring as soon as possible, but not yet. Hey, it's election time. All right, we're a federation. We can officially support one of them, which will just throw our name behind it a bit. We can intimidate citizens. Provides a strong penalty to the competitors. Ideal to chosen party is not one of the favorites. Right now they are. The industrialists are 33, and I want to support the industrialist for now. Probably not the ecologist. Or we could do reinforced intimidation, which actually costs exactly the same. Oh, it provides a boost to the selected party. Okay. Gotcha. We don't need any of those. I don't want to waste resources on that. Okay. So let's see how it breaks down. There comes the election. We have 3 systems. And wow, science is huge. Seoul voted 3 representatives into science, 2 into pacifism, and 1 into industrialist. Jeez. All right, well, thanks to Ying, the industrialists stay as one of the top ones, but science is going to be the top one moving forward. Well, I guess Petra will love that. Yep, she represents the scientist. And of course, Dimitri represents the industrialist. We can now... Wow, they're already too established. And the industrialists are still just functional. We get 6 new laws. Oracle of Science is going to replace our Dust Windfall law. You can research technologies from the next stage of technology at a 30% premium. So we could skip researching. Like research more advanced sciences right away. Interesting. Mineral Misers Act. Reasoning that makes it more sense to maximize what you have in hand rather than go out and look for more. Extra resource generation for strategic resources. That's actually kind of big. And we get 10% more on all systems. That's huge. Dirty Hands Act. Cheaper system improvement industry cost on systems. Okay. Dubbed the Dirty Hands Bill by opponents. Some claim that only the higher arts and sciences should be supported with public money. Interesting. Probe Deep. Probes are restocked faster, last longer, and have more vision. All right. Consumer applications. A happiness bill. Extra happiness on systems and even more per technology researched. But it costs 3 influence per person. The Star Boogie Bill. What? Noble effort by a team of serious researchers. It improves ship movement by 3 movement points. That's kind of big. All right, I guess we are a science-focused empire for now. I mean, that is where I've been throwing a lot of weight, so I get it. All right, Ying. Of course it's Super Spuds. It's always Super Spuds. Oracle of Science has been activated. And that's because, yeah, both of these actually got canceled. This one because it was for the industry leader, but now science is the leader. And this one's canceled simply because the ecologists are no longer in power. All right, welcome to running an actual empire and not, a dictatorship. Yep, scientists are definitely in power. Okay, what do we got? Brains over bucks. Long-term knowledge program. Sacrifice 20% dust for 20% science. I hate it. All right, so if I want to do like, I don't know, the consumer applications, want to keep everyone happy, it would cost 14 influence per turn. We get half off because Union of Terra has... Which one is it? Not culturalist. Not technologically inept. That's why we have less hacking. Not utopian propaganda. Social chameleons. Ace senators, that's what it is. Half the price of laws and election actions. This could be a big boost to all systems. If we did that. The Mineral Misers is also very tempting. In fact, I think I'm going to do this one instead. Not cheap to pass, but it'll be very good for us long term because now we get 2 Hyperion per turn, 1.5 Titanium per turn, and eventually we're going to get Adamantium per turn. And there is antimatter down here in Belel. So if we can keep these guys on our side and eventually bring them into our fold, we can get some huge bonuses out of it. All right, Miners Union is done in Seoul, which is why we get another reason why we get extra strategic resources, Hyperium. We can also now throw out Dust Scientist or Industrialist Propaganda. Industrialist Propaganda will actually give us more value on strategics. Nice. And of course, it makes the Industrialist party stronger. Scientist Propaganda, it takes all of the industry. They both take all the industry. This one gives happiness and science, which makes sense. Cool. Very cool. People are happy here. Now we have some very big items on the docket over here to research. Well, to build. Gonna have public-private partnerships on Trader's Reach. And Ying, how are you doing? We can colonize the snow planet. People will not like living there. -5 per person because of that and the hostile fauna. So yeah, let's keep that at the very bottom of the docket until we can get to a place where we feel safer doing that. Okay, I want to probulate though. Or do I? Maybe I want to move. Probulate somewhere else. Like, the more I think about it, the more I do. There are 2 things to populate over here in Horna, and we know that helps with relations. On the shoulders of supergiants, a distant stellar giant, about 80 times the size of an average star, has just gone supernova. Capitalizing on the media attention drawn by the event, a pacifist group within your empires launched a campaign to bring home the fleets that were monitoring the event, rather than leaving them on patrol. Our only action is to support that. It'll give us 20 happiness for 15 turns. It'll up the military upkeep. Thankfully, we don't have very many ships right now, so that's not going to affect us too much. Yeah. Military ship prices decrease. Well, we can't buy them anyway, can we? Yeah, there aren't any on the docket. There are 5 heroes over here, so if we get impactless sites, we can start recruiting heroes. With dust. Which, I like the idea of recruiting heroes with dust. We got 13 super spuds. We aren't getting... Well, we're getting half a spud a turn right now. I don't want to pay for them. Holy crap, that price. I'd rather buy Eden Incense at this point. We'll have to think carefully about what we do end up buying, though. We praised them a bit. That's a good thing. All right, yeah, head down here. Public-private partnerships. Completed. All right. Temperate fertile planets get far more science out of that, so we're getting a good deal of science here. I need 17 to turn them into level 2. I would love to do that. We just can't do it yet. We're starting to fall behind whoever's number 1. I don't like that. Ooh, Deki is... We can land on Deki now. The barren planet. That planet would suck for our citizens. They would hate it. But it's very tempting. All right. Efficient shielding is done. By augmenting the natural magnetic characteristics of the hull material and using lighter alloys in construction, this improved ship design gives bonuses to tonnage and improves kinetic and missile defense. We can now build larger ships in general. Okay, we need neural robotics to be able to start exploiting adamantium. Emperor's Shadow. 45 turns to research, but it would give us Zeleva's, that's it, Incarnate, which would give science, industry, and dust per influence on every system. Eventually, we need this. For now, it doesn't do anything for us. Research labs could be great. Let's get survival suits because it only takes 2 turns. Empire Development 3. Extra movement and movement speed on civilian ships. Movement speed is how far you go in one movement point. Like how far down the star lane you go, for example. And we could pass an extra law. Great timing on that, actually, because we just passed 2. We can see about passing a 3rd. So the thing about these like level 0 laws is they don't cost any upkeep, but they all have a downside to them. Like getting happiness at the cost of production. Or getting science at the cost of dust. Or at the cost of happiness. Or at a flat happiness deduction. I don't want to do the Cram Exam Act. Outreach for Academic Excellence Initiative. Believing that the standard of education is not where it should be, students at all levels have additional courses in math, science, and technology. The additional effort to improve technological knowledge will pay off, but there are a lot of unhappy scholars out there. Let's pass it. See how it goes. Okay, what's our happiness level right now? 82, 88, and 92. I think this is affordable. Plus it's more science. Hi. How you doing, Horna? Hey, I'm gonna check out some of these anomalies near you. You cool with that? I hope so. Yeah, let's start with the anomalies. What you got? Star Wreck. A Bodkin. Do I get to keep this? It has 100 attack and 160 defense. I do. I get a free ship. Sweet. Costs 7 dust per turn. That's fine. All right, we'll head down to Seoul for now. All right, that's awesome. Now we have access to other ships, though. The Corvette and the Escort. The Corvette is a small attack ship. Its role is attacker. Its primary targets are protectors and coordinators. It has focus, which means it can focus fire with flotilla to quickly eliminate ships, and as an offensive ship, it has extra damage to its weapons. It's also tiny. But it is what it is. That means it only costs 1 command point, which is the good part. So the Corvette comes with an opal laser and also comes with a second opal laser. It also has a free slot that you could put either weapons or defenses into. Right now it's using up 1 slot for energy. Okay. I'm gonna swap that out for plating instead, I think. Yeah, that adds directly to health. So we'll see how that works out for us. I could do both, I know. All right, so the opal laser has DPS of 16, which is not as low as the beam. The ion torpedoes tend to be the strongest torpedoes in general, whereas slugs could, of course, take out flak and other missiles. I think I'd rather have a missile ship. Watch it go down, get replaced with a missile. That's a missile, all right. I think that's what I'd rather. Yeah, that gives it 154 attack power. That's very tempting. If I really wanted to, I could also give it like the flak on the side to protect it from missiles and stuff. So it could shoot missiles and it could protect itself from missiles. We could also, yes, a couple of support slots. This one up front is both a support and a defense. We could upgrade it to using the Hyperium engine, which would give it more movement points and give it some evasion. But it would make it cost Hyperium to either upgrade it or to build it. Still probably a good upgrade. This would be a strong ship on attack. That actually gives it 142. You know what? It's because the flak can shoot down things. That gives it some defense too. Yeah, maybe we start with that. Okay. That's going to change its name to Corvette 2. The escort ship. This one is a protector. It will primarily attack attackers and hunter ships. It is a guardian, so attracts fire from other ships, and it's a protector. Has more health, capacity, etc. Has 1 weapon slot. That's all you get. So for this, you know, a laser kind of makes sense. Keep it in medium range. For defense, let's go ahead and slap all the defense on it. Okay. Now, this is a support ship, which means we could give it the Hyperium Analyzer, or we give it a record replay unit. Extra influence per command point destroyed on enemies. No, just give it the extra speed and evasion. Okay. If we got this Hyperium, we should use it. Our patrol ship also has an extra support slot now. So you know what? I'm going to give that a titanium probe. That's the one that does it on every turn. Are these also only support? No, that's a weapon module. This is only a support module. Okay. I tell you what is this one? Defense or support? We're going to swap this thing up completely. All right. I'm going to change this to a Hyperium engine. It's going to make this thing expensive, but it's also going to make it much more suited for combat. So now it has a missile. And I'm going to give it a beam. Okay. You, come back to our system so I can upgrade you. Okay. Now we can look at building, you know, actual fleets. So I'll tell you what, let's put 2 Corvettes, 2 escorts on the docket. We can eventually buy them, of course. But having a fleet will be very good for us. These scrapers, they're small ships, but they have a lot of power behind them. Some more than others, interestingly. Wonder what that's about. Lifting the lamp. Opening your empire's doors to a new population type has its challenges, but also its rewards. Each new group adds strength and flexibility of society, contributing to the maturity of your people as a whole. Assimilate, capture, or attract a new population type into your empire for 80 influence. Really doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but it is what it is.
You're one of our favorite fish in this galactic sea.
All right, thanks. We just hope that our relations go well and profitably. They're welcoming because we were not hostile. Our civilian ships have trespassed in our foreign space, and they thrive in peace and trade. In our sovereign space. Where? What? Where? Oh, they took Dorado. Well, more accurately, they put an outpost here. Wait, that's not them. Who is this? That's the orange. We don't know who they are yet. That's concerning. I need to get a ship to Decky as soon as I can. As soon as I can afford it, I'm buying a settler ship, but I might actually try to speed that up now. Sell some... Yeah, sell... Yeah, let's sell 6 Hyperium to the market. Use that to buy a settler ship. It'll come out next turn. Okay. Can we... And next turn, we'll be able to upgrade our patrol ship. Okay, the settler... I'm going to send the Bodkin with the settler down here, just to protect it. Don't know how useful that'll be, but it feels like it's going to be useful. All right, things might start getting spicy soon. We got survival suits. We can now build impervious bunkers, which can give systems more defense and give the defending troops more health. Chain gang program doesn't do anything for me. Don't worry about the surveillance. I don't care about the surveillance. Give me neural robotics next. I want to start exploiting that adamantium. Level 2 military gives us more command points, which means we can field larger fleets, more manpower capacity, and better modules for defense and better beams. Pinch beam, which is the one that's good at all ranges, and the basic coil gun, which it fires through the hull absorption, so it can damage anything, practically. Well, that was fast. Small immigrant community is forming. Your heart swells seeing them go about their daily business. Your empire is growing in more ways than one. Okay, settler ship is done in Seoul. I actually need to go back here now and, yeah, auto-upgrade these. Auto-upgrade just takes everything to the next tier, so it's very quick to do. But it also means I need to put all of these back on the docket. Which is fine. Okay. Okay, take the settler, move it out. I'm not going to upgrade it. Instead, I'm just going to pair it with the Bodkin, merge these together to a single fleet, and tell them to go down the Decky. 4 turns. Good. Make it ours. I made everything about the patrol ship better, and now it's going to take longer. Tell you what, give me a probe right here in the middle. Just launch that out, see where it goes. All right. Relations are still slowly going up with them. Trader's reach has grown. Dimitri's leveled up. More influence per. Nah, give me faster growing soul. I need soul to build its stuff and build it fast. I feel like once we have everything built on soul, we're going to be in a very good spot. And they took the Mediterranean planet. But once that happens... Oh, wow. We can also land on Tibicena. We could land on the snow planet. We may need to stake a larger claim over here. Give me another settler ship. It's going to take a while to buy it, but it'll be worth it once we do. Okay, you're staying here so you can upgrade. All right, that is going to be it for this episode of Thet Plays Endless Space 2. If you enjoyed it, make sure to let me know by giving it a like. We have expanded. I mean, we now have 3 systems out of 16 to our population cap, of course. We're working on building our industry, because you can't wage a war without a industry ready to wage it. Once we can do that successfully, we'll be able to start taking some systems and really grow. Like I said, if we can grab this place so that it is, you know, it holds this spot before they get to Ying, we can protect this wormhole right here. We should be very safe once we clear out our space. But that's going to be the primary game plan. This is probably going to be a big conflict zone, is what I'm thinking right now. Especially with both titanium and adamantium, or antimatter on this planet. I need to make these guys like me. If I can get them to join me and take this planet for myself and protect it, nobody's going to come close. For a second there, I thought these two were just one planet, like really close to each other. They are close, but that's just because of their orbit. All right, thanks again for watching this episode of Endless Space 2. My name is Thet, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, everybody, Yo.